We're gonna ask him. Did you sign that? No.
Dennis brought the hammer tonight. Wonderful. All right, welcome to Tuesday Night Poetry. John Dorsey will not be here tonight because he's reading over at the ground level, so it looks like it's just me, and I don't feel so good, so. Yeah. What's up, Gary? I said, what's up, Gary? What's up, Gary?
Have we begun? Really?
No, we were waiting for you.
We were waiting for you, Gary.
Oh,
Especially for you.
let's see.
All right, I guess we can start now. Gary's here. Sorry. Order. All right. Now, on December 14th, we're going to have two features here. It's the third Tuesday of the month, actually. We're going to have Michael Lang from Indiana and TJ Jude from Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan.
Should be a very good night.
Whereabouts in Michigan?
He's from Grand Rapids.
There are no words.
December the 12th, I'm going to be doing a reading with Mr. Gary Bond and Amelia Mattis at the Oliver House. It's going to be a big Christmas art show, and we're going to be part of the spoken word showcase. It will start at 11:30, I do believe. Okay. At the Oliver House, December 12th.
Isn't there a dinner this Saturday or something?
There is a dinner at Steve Port's house this Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday night starting at 5:30. It's going to be we haven't ever done one like this before. It's going to be like a traditional holiday meal.
Yeah.
With you know, turkey and stuffing and all the stuff that we have.
Plenty of turkey back here.
Yeah, all the turkey we need is sitting right back in that left corner.
And there's probably going to be a fire tonight, too.
Really? Tonight. All right. I believe I'm the first person on the list. Michael Grover. That's me. Yeah.
Do you know how many months it's been since I've had to threaten you?
It's not
Probably not many.
since you've gotten to threaten.
Yeah.
Because there is joy in it.
Okay, that's true.
There ain't much joy in threatening Jim.
Mike Grover.
It's a terrible waste of trees, this poetry that piles up and gathers all over my living space, spilling onto the floor, the shelves and boxes. Someday Eskimo swears she's going to get me organized and put order to this chaos. It's a terrible waste of resources, this poetry. I could have been a doctor or a lawyer. I'm sure my parents would agree. I could have been a professor, at least something respectable. The last professor I know told me I lived in a tenement in a fit of rage. I never did apologize for that affair with his wife. It's a terrible waste of words, these poems, this currency, all that's sacred to me, this poetry, jazz meeting on a Friday night, mingling to create a poem. It's a terrible waste of energy, all of the networking, ass-kissing, posturing, blacklisting, clicks, slandering, and bullying. Can't a poet just be about peace anymore? It's a terrible waste of truth, this poetry, born from a poet's tongue, spat into a world that does not want to hear the truth, does not want anything to do with it, but what else can a poem be?
Nice.
Early morning hours, she reads poems into a mirror. I wait in her bed. I wake. She turns toward me, beautiful poem filling the air, filling my ears. She smiles, turns back toward the mirror. I drift back to sleep. I told her my love was infinite. She told me to write that down for her, which should be easy enough for a writer. But how can you write down infinity? How can you describe the boundaries this love has crossed, like Odysseus, the poet? I was there to catch her. Shamanista, she called herself, standing over me in a veil as it grew dark. Strange ritual that I'll never remember brought me back into this world. Her verse is the muse, Had this poem kicking around in my head all day, like a child waiting to be born. Fell asleep on the bed. I cannot let this die. There must be balance and space to create. We start to fight. Her son hugs me and says he loves me. I can tell he's used to men leaving after fights. Doesn't want me to be another casualty. I know this song all too well. Truth is that I'm not a father, his father, or anyone's. But no one has ever wanted me to maybe want to be one like he has. And now, 5 things that I learned in Philly. Lesson 1, most important. I learned that love does not last forever. I drove there from Florida on a mission of love that was not there. Spent months in the Parker Spruce Motel, dying of being alone, but there were glimpses of Julia. Some nights she would break down and call me over. I would travel between the worlds from Center City to the ghetto of West Philly. She would ask how I could walk around, an alien there, but this was only temporary. It wasn't to be. Our baby and her aborted, every tie to another time, and the city of angels severed. Walsh once said I was like Odysseus, entering Philly like I was entering hell, to save my fair Circe, or Julia in my case. I learned everything is impermanent. This is what I learned in Philly. Lesson 2. I learned to be fearful when I sleep of the things that might come for you in your dreams. To survive, Walsh taught me to spread sea salt and made me a protective amulet. Years later in Toledo, I still sleep with a protective circle of salt around my bed. The first night she slept over, she noticed the protective amulet in crystal under my pillow without looking. She asked me why I did not carry it. The truth is, I've been taught how vulnerable we all are in our sleep. This is what I learned in Philly. Lesson 3. I learned a respect for ladders. I was painting a house on the first floor roof when the ladder collapsed. All I remember was my teeth bouncing off the ladder at the bottom, coming to on the edge of the roof just below the skylight, seeing how close I came to death. The people of the house's retarded child running around below me screaming. I walked to the trolley with a sprained ankle. Lesson 4. I learned if cliques in politics sometimes it's more important to some people than your ability. Friends can always sometimes come and go, change like the weather. This is what I learned in Philly. Lesson 5. I learned to love in the Crimson Moon coffee shops, spend hours there with the people in my craft, spending the nights closing, drinking wine with Pata, talking politics. I helped carry the stuff out when they had to close because Starbucks opened down the street. I watched Coco cry, and I realized how corporations destroy dreams. This is what I learned in Philly.